Many of us who have lost something in an airport may wonder what really happened to the missing camera or laptop. Well, tonight, an ABC News investigation has some answers. More often than you think, those items end up in the homes of TSA officers who are supposed to be looking out for us. Our chief investigative correspondent Brian Ross used a simple technology to track one of them down and uncovered a surprisingly widespread problem.
Instead of protecting passengers, prosecutors say the TSA officer caught on this airport surveillance tape in Memphis was stealing from one. First, at an empty ticket counter, he stashes a laptop left behind at a checkpoint. Then drapes a jacket over the laptop and walks away. In this case, the TSA officer was caught, convicted, and fired.
This is the tip of the iceberg.
New figures provided to ABC News show 381 TSA officers have been fired for theft, 11 this year alone, amid what critics call a culture of indifference and lax oversight.
And I was like, man, that was easy.
Just out of prison, convicted TSA officer Pythias Brown says he stole $800,000 worth of items over a 4-year period. Brown manned a TSA baggage screening machine at the Newark airport, where he says he would be tipped off when overhead cameras weren't working, and others did the same thing.
It became massive.
Massive.
Yeah.
You weren't the only one.
No.
In our own investigation, involving 10 major airports with a history of TSA theft problems, ABC News checked bags with iPads and cash and purposely left behind iPads at TSA checkpoints. All the luggage made it past TSA safely, and in 9 out of 10 cases, at carry-on checkpoints, TSA screening officers did exactly what they are trained to do.
Please come back to the podium to claim your item.
But it was a different story in Orlando, where our iPad was last seen in the hands of TSA officer Andy Ramirez. 2 hours later, we were able to track the iPad as it left the airport and ended up at the TSA officer's home.
Brian Ross from ABC News. I don't know if you can give me a hand here. We're looking for a missing iPad.
Missing iPad?
Yeah.
When we went to reclaim the iPad 2 weeks later, Ramirez at first denied having it.
Okay.
Is it here?
No, sir.
But shortly after we activated an audio alarm on the missing iPad,
You found it. There it is.
Ramirez produced it. With his TSA uniform now off, he blamed his wife for taking it.
My wife says she got the iPad and brought it home.
You know, that can't be true because the last time we saw it, it was in your hands.
Ramirez was fired late yesterday by the TSA, which insists it has a zero-tolerance policy for stealing from passengers.